Ah, she's here.
This
This
place
is not
holds
good.
so many different kinds of memories.
Not good.
I remember you could see the gold
Oh,
weaver side from
goodness.
here, all the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cypher, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akuma have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawn Cloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body.
Oh my
Even
goodness.
I, the
It's
gold
so funny.
weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds. Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cypherer. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawn Cloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Look, seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cypher?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you! I can't sing as well as Miss Hyceelins! And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treby! The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream. Right?
I know, Cypher. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey.
Really? I
But
beg to differ. I think Cash just
You
had
have
it
to
pretty
believe
bad.
that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery. Even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya, I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful. And that everyone is simple. And kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it? Even though it's a lie?
Lies will always be lies, Cypher. But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
Huh. Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself. After she passed away.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase. And the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one.
Jeez.
But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kindness, the leader of the cleaners.
Ah, I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's
Whoa,
pushed into
yeah,
a corner,
of course.
aren't you?
Then it's hard to
Yes.
find her, right?
I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cipher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cipher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akuma closely.
You mean...
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind. But they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akuma yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Sacred Art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akuma because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Everything of course gets
Just
complicated
look
at
how
the end.
ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal.
Oh
I'll
my
keep that
gosh.
lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the Grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad. But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all. I know, little Ika. I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But we have an even more important mission this time round. Lord Finan has already set the date to campaign against Aquila.
Oh
Being a
boy.
descendant of the Sky People,
At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the grove deserves some reminiscence. This was where Professor Anaxa gave us the lesson. I can still see that day in my mind.
And that was your last lesson in the Grove. Now, each of you will head off on your own path. How much the Grove's teachings can help you in the real world depends on how well you can put knowledge into practice. However, heed this warning. If you ever do anything disgraceful out there, don't ever claim you were the student of Anaxagoras, one of the 7 sages.
Professor Anaxa, there are still other classes scheduled on the calendar. Are you sure you didn't...
Firstly, call me Professor
This guy.
Anaxagoras. Secondly, to clarify, the last lesson means the last
Oh my
lesson I
goodness.
will teach you.
He's just like, whatever.
I will be entering seclusion from today onwards to research ancient
Just like,
knowledge.
bye. End of
And
semester.
all my teaching activities will be put on hold.
Ah, I see. So you're saying that the lessons taught by all the other teachers aren't good enough to be considered lessons?
All you do every day is wag that sharp tongue of yours. That's a credit deduction. Fine enough.
Take that.
Elizii. I have nothing left to say. Next.
Please wait, Professor. According to the Grove's protocols for a cohort's final class, the lecturer should take some time in that lesson to discuss the students' post-graduation aspirations
Oh,
with
goodness.
them and guide them
No.
to a solid path.
Nope. Nope. You don't need to do that,
Surely
Hyacinth.
you can't skip such a crucial step, Professor.
Yeah, he's gonna skip it. Can't do that.
The teaching assistant, Miss Hyacinth, is truly Professor
She's like,
Anaxa's
"Ah."
nemesis.
Honor student.
Fine. Since Hyacinthia insists on this, let's go through the process. Since some of you are so eager to speak, why don't we start with you, Finan of
Me? Well, it's not exactly an aspiration, but the only thing I want to do is to protect the people I care about.
I see. So you want to be a hero? How boring. Next,
I didn't say...
Castoris. You've been giggling for quite some time. How about you go next?
Perhaps my answer is a bit vague and meaningless, Professor Anaxagoras, but I hope the world can be freed from the agony of death, so that every living being may find calming peace.
How naive. So naive that it makes me want to weep for your fairy tale. See, this is why I don't want to follow those outdated protocols. All I get are boring
This
answers.
man.
Since you suggested this whole process, why don't you wrap this up, Hyacinthia? Share your aspiration with everyone, and let's see if yours stands out.
So it's finally my turn. Good thing I came prepared. My aspiration is nothing less than completing the final blank page at the end of the hero's epic.
Blank page? An interesting description. Do explain, assistant.
I've read all of Amphoreus' heroic epics while studying at the Grove, and a common thread came to my attention. Almost every epic ends with a description of the hero's achievements. But few mention how the everyday people of that time lived. No one recorded the struggles and suffering the commoners endured.
So you're saying that, instead of legendary heroes, you're more focused on commoners living on the peripheries of historical records.
Perhaps I'm influenced by my background. My ancestor, Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, raised her spear against the sky and ushered in the flame-chasing era that continues to this day. Her story is told to every child descended from the Skyfolk. We have no doubts about Seliosi's greatness, yet her towering figure overshadowed every record from that entire era. What about the Day Thunder Knight's family, allies, and friends? What about the survivors and those who died in the great battles? Whenever I think about their stories by the campfire, I realize the details of those legends have been long lost. And only Seliosi's name remains.
She wants to be a historian, a
Her brilliance
preservationist.
has become as blinding as Aquilus, lording over everything on the ground. That's why I'm glad that my era does not lack heroes. All my ancestors had was a sad past. But I have a future I want to protect. Instead of becoming a hero and ushering in a golden deluge to baptize the world anew, I want to stay in the backline and save all the ordinary humans from drowning in the rising waves. I wish not to return to the sky, but to walk among the masses on Earth. I believe it's the only way for the saga of creation. To include a footnote for the everyday people in its blank page.
Damn. Yes, doot. Yeah, doot indeed.
I'm getting embarrassed from remembering how I said all that. But my beliefs have never changed. Now I really have a chance to stay behind the hero's front line and realize my dream.
Aizen?
Danny, what are you doing here?
Oh, I didn't expect to see you again in the Grove. Finan mentioned you were gearing up for the campaign against Aquila. Are you here to...
You guessed it. To reach Aquila's realm in the sky, descendants of the Sky People must perform a bloodline ceremony, summon the spirits of our ancestors, and get their blessings. That's the only way for creatures on Earth to forge the Rainbow Bridge to the sky. And the soul of the first ancestor I want to see is here in the Grove.
The Rainbow Bridge is essential to achieve the core flame of the Aquila, but undertaking such a vital ceremony alone is far too risky.
Don't worry. I have little Ika with me. You will protect me, won't you? Good, Ika. Well, what brings you here, Danny?
I'm collecting as many myths and research about the Titans as I can. Everything about Amphoreus is a valuable addition to our data bank when I get back to the Astral Express.
Right. If all goes as planned, you and Gray will be able to go home after this mission, won't you?
Yes, assuming we can actually break the curse about worlds beyond the sky. I have a feeling it's not going to be so smooth sailing.
Oh? Could it be that you too have some kind of hidden powers to make prophecies now?
That's not it, but I'm starting to question how real everything is after a conversation with a member of the Council of Elders.
Nope. I didn't understand that either, little Ika.
Don't worry about it. There's a lot I still don't understand.
Since we've already met up, why don't you come with me, Danny?
I was thinking the same thing. The Grove is fraught with danger right now, and an extra pair of hands translates to extra security.
That's the dependable express guard for you. So, shall we get going? The chroma coffer is vibrating. There must be memories of an ancestor nearby.
What's this?
This is the divine object of the Sky People, the Chroma Coffer. Our ancestors dictated that when a descendant of the Skyfolk is ready to challenge Aquila again, they must first awaken the spirits of their ancestors with the Chroma Coffer and receive their benediction. Only after this can the chosen Skyfolk reascend to the heavens.
Is it to prevent those who are not qualified from pointlessly losing their lives?
Very prudent, wouldn't you say? The soul of an ancestor slumbers here. Now, I will awaken them.
Right.
I am Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard, a descendant of the sky who has inherited the duty of flame chase. The time has come to fulfill our clan's destiny. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Who has awakened me?
It's I, Hyacinthia, a descendant of the Sky People. I apologize for interrupting your slumber. You are Lord Crispus, aren't you? I've read your story in our family tree. You were a righteous judge who vindicated many who were wrongfully accused.
I never imagined someone in this era would still remember my name. So, our bloodline and duty have continued to this distant age.
Indeed, it has. I have awakened you in the hope of receiving your blessing, for the flame chase journey is nearing its perfect conclusion. And retrieving the core flame of Aquila is the final challenge the heroes will face.
Perfect conclusion. Hyacinthia, you look very young. And you do not have the bearings of a warrior.
I think
who
you
can
are
contend with a titan.
underestimating the power of Doot.
How can you convince me that this blessing will not turn into a curse, leading a child like you to your demise?
1,000 years ago, Seliosi, who conquered the skies, left behind legends and a will, entrusting the mission to return the Sky Titan's core flame to her descendants, to people like you and me. Though I'm not a warrior, I will not turn away from the mission that has flowed through our blood for 1,000 years. And I am not fighting alone. I have the strongest and most tenacious companions in the world. Amphoreus is in an era brimming with heroes. The burden of retrieving Aquila's core flame no longer rests solely on the shoulders of the chosen Skyfolk. I now wield the power of healing. I aim to mend the fissures in the sky and heal the wounds of the people. I desire to define the mission of the Skyfolk in my own terms, to conclude the vigil that has spanned millennia.
I sense resilience in your words. Not an outward resilience, but something deeper within. Receive my blessings, young Hyacinthia. May you gain wings to return to the sky via the Bridge of Rainbows.
Thank you for your trust, Lord Crispus. We won't let you down.
You're well done, Hyacinth.
Thank you. My ancestors were all pretty strong-willed people. It won't be easy convincing them. I've run through these upcoming conversations in my head more times than I can count.
Looks like your efforts paid off.
Now, the next ancestor on the list. Her spirit is said to rest in the vortex of Genesis. A pity that the ceremony has to be performed in strict order. Shall we head back to Akama together, Danny?
The Vortex of Genesis, huh? I have a suggestion. Remember how you suggested I learn the secret arts of water from Fagusa's priests? I've been practicing that in my spare time and made some progress. Now, as long as I have a spirit water with me, I can use those techniques to carve a path directly to the Vortex of Genesis.
Oh, I remember. I didn't expect you to keep at it this long. That's so like you, Danny.
Compared to the currents of my home, the waters of Amphoreus are rather untamed. Subduing the waters wasn't easy, but I've gotten a hang of it now.
That makes sense. Fagusa was always described as a fickle titan in the myths. Since you're offering, then let me put your skills to the test, Danny.
The water spirit gate formed with this technique isn't as stable as the ritual basin. It'll likely only let one person through. And as Fagusa's priests designed it, the entrance serves as the exit. You need to come back through the vortex once you've met your ancestor spirit. Little Ika and I will be here waiting.
Got it. I'm counting on you, Danny.
Under the raucous steps, raucous steps, a word I can't pronounce, frenzy dance, the roar celebration tides the world's heartbeat. Great water reveal the way.
The Vortex of Genesis. Unbelievable. Danny is full of surprises. But this does feel way more disorienting than the ritual basin. Wait, is Lady Treeby here too? And who is that next to her? Oh, I think I know who that is.
Do you have to go already, Syphie? It's been ages since you were last in Akama. You could have taken some time to rest, and we could have caught up.
That's alright, big sister Treeby. I've gotten used to life on the road. Staying in this bustling city actually feels off. Besides, your prize student gave me an incredibly tough mission to handle.
Cut Snowy some slack, Syphie. He's still so young, yet he's shouldering all the responsibilities Aggie left behind. Besides, Snowy's not the kind to ask for help lightly. Since he came to you, it means you're the best person for the job.
You really spoil him, big sis Treeby.
Guess I'm past the age for someone to look after me.
Old timer.
Syphie.
Just kidding. I get it. That deliverer boy does have a certain charisma about him. It reminds me of Aglaia in her prime. Anyway, I'm about to head out. Oh, big sis Treeby, before I go, got a little gift for you.
Well, didn't expect you to be so thoughtful. What's in it?
That's a part of the game too. If you want to see the full picture of what's inside, you'll have to wait until nightfall.
A gift with a mysterious twist? Seriously?
Huh? Looks like we have company.
Lady Treeby, and this graceful lady must be Miss Cypher. I'm Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard. Everyone calls me Hyacinth. Pleased to meet you.
Bright and cheery as a lamp. Well, hello there, pink child. I'm Cyphera from the long-fallen city-state of Dolos. As for the rest, it's all in the history books, so I don't need to repeat it here. So, you're from the Twilight Courtyard. Does that mean...
Yes, I'm a descendant of the Sky People, the Chrysos heir about to take over the authority of Sky.
Whoa! That's unexpected. I figured Celiosi's descendant would be, I don't know, taller, stronger.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Syphie. Cinny is a master of her craft. She's the most skilled and dependable physician in all of Amphoreus.
Don't worry, Lady Cypher. I may not be as strong and warlike as Lady Celiosi from 1,000 years ago, but I'm confident I can carry out the mission of the Skyfolk.
All this talk about missions, you're making it sound way too serious. You've got to look out for yourself, girl. Don't push yourself too hard. I'd hate to see that cute face all scratched out by Aquila's claws.
Syphie cracking jokes? Looks like you haven't forgotten what Aggie said all those years ago.
Anyway, I've got a mission to handle, so I'll get going. Good luck, Miss Hyacinth. And if things get tough, just let that deliverer take the lead.
Miss Cypher is in such a hurry.
Don't worry, she's always been like that. It's good to have her back in Akama lending a hand. Oh, well, enough about her for now. You're here because of your mission, aren't you, Cinny? It's the perfect opportunity for me to go and tuck Syphie's gift away somewhere safe. The Vortex of Genesis is all yours.
Somewhere safe. She's like, it's gonna explode or something.
I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
It's the drunken lady from the...
Child,
Yeah.
what brings you before me? Could it be you're a descendant of the Sky People?
You're drunk.
Yes, I
Hand
am
it over.
Hyacinthia of the
The
Twilight
blessing.
Courtyard, the successor of the Sky People's flame chase duty. You must be Gem Electra. Legend has it that during the Crisis
Electra?
War, you led our people to ally with Akama and held back the Kremnoan forces. It was your victory that earned the Sky People a place in the Holy City.
Hyacinthia, you seem well versed in our clan's history. And this is the Vortex of Genesis?
It is. Look, 10 stars have already been lit. The Chrysos Heir's flame chase journey is nearing its end.
Are those the core flames of Fagusa and Giorios? Does that mean Hycelans and the Mountain Dwellers successfully carried out their duty?
Oh, that's what they meant.
As fellow pillars of Amphoreus, who would have thought that Sky's duty could only be fulfilled after 1,000 years?
It's because Sky shelters all beneath it. If it were to shatter, the world would fall apart with it. That's why Lady Aglaya made the core flame of Aquila the final step in our campaign.
Aglaya? Is she still on the flame chase journey after 1,000 years?
Unfortunately, not anymore, but...
Unfortunately, she has recently left us. But you're right. She was indeed still guiding the Chrysos heirs forward.
Incredible. That girl actually managed to endure the merciless erosion of time. And lasted for so long. Answer me, Hyacinthia. Since you recognize me, you must have also read my writings, no?
Every record regarding my lineage is etched in my memory, including your words.
In that case, you're probably aware of the prophecy I sought from a certain Trebios.
Yes. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Sky Folk will mend dusk and dawn. But unfortunately, no ancestor has ever been able to truly decipher its meaning.
It's crazy is that it's not a tragic prophecy.
Yet, Trebios's prophecies never fail. Perhaps you'll be the one to witness its fulfillment,
crazy.
child. May the prophecy lead you to a gentle fate.
Thank you, Lady Ektra. Whatever fate the prophecy holds, I'll face it head on. It's only by giving everything we have that we can truly accept any outcome with a smile. Won't you agree?
I like you, child. I wish this conversation could go on a little longer. Take my blessing, Hyacinthia. When I first saw you, I indeed had my doubts. But your resolve has touched me. If Sky's divinity is fated to pass on, I hope it incorporates your optimism and kindness.
Your blessing is a treasure beyond measure, General. Rest well. I'll make sure your gift is put to its best use.
I like these conversations. Why would they give you the option to skip them?
General Ectre is so different from how the records described her.
We could have skipped
quite a
like
gentle
an
person.
hour or two of
All right.
Cypher stuff
Time to head back to the
over
grove.
this.
I shouldn't keep Danny and little Ika waiting.
Dude. You're back. How did it go?
It went great. Your spirit water art was a huge help, Danny.
Do you mind sharing what your ancestor's spirit said to you?
What's wrong, Danny?
Nothing. It just sounds like everything went smoothly. It's just I'm a bit concerned about the prophecy you mentioned. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Skyfolk will mend dusk and dawn. I can sense a hint of sadness in those brief words.
You've always been a bit of a sensitive soul, haven't you, Danny? Lady Trinan deciphers countless prophecies every day, and this one's just another among many. Don't worry too much about it.
I hope
Come
so.
on, Danny, don't look so gloomy. We're gonna have to take a long trip for the final visit to the ancestors.
Where are we going?
Our final stop is Lord Mighty's home, Castrum Kremnos. We're here. This is it.
Castrum Kremnos.
Lord Mighty has been fighting the Black Tide here, alone day after day. I'm worried about him.
He sent a message earlier, carried by thunder, warning us to watch out for the Flame Reaver's actions.
That means he hasn't been consumed by the Black Tide's madness yet. We're here to complete an important mission. We shouldn't interfere with this battlefield. Don't you agree, Danny?
I agree.
That sleeping spirit is my grandmother.
Your grandmother?
Yes, my grandmother Jacintha was a warrior. She represented the Twilight Courtyard in the Kremnos Festival. She fought her way through every challenge and reached the final stage of the Kremnos Festival. She was just one step away from securing a peace treaty for the Skyfolk, but was ultimately defeated by the champion warrior of that time. I've never looked too deeply into the details of such ritualistic violence. The scroll simply described it as a glorious duel. But behind the glorious duel was a tragic end. Not long after the festival, my grandmother's injuries worsened, and she passed away far from home. This prophecy tablet was left here by the Kremnoans to honor her final wish. Her death marked the final collapse of the Twilight Courtyard, already fragile under the shadow of war.
And the Kremnoan warrior she fought against was
Lord Kradaros.
Dang, the irony! Yet you still saved his life, even though he took your family?
Seeing him lying there, gravely wounded, bleeding out, I can't put what I felt at that moment into words. But when I heard Lord Kradaros took that fatal blow to protect Lady Trian, all those tangled feelings faded away. To quote Lord Finan, Kradaros must have done that to become a better man.
It takes true courage to forgive. You're every bit as strong as your ancestors, Hyacinth.
You're getting better at this, Danny. In her final diary entry, my grandmother wrote that when the moment of destiny comes, a descendant of the Sky People would deliver the message of their departure to her spirit. I wonder what she'd think when the one awaking her turns out to be her beloved granddaughter. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Is this the world of the living? Wait. You. Could you be?
Grandmother? It's me. You're Hyacinthia.
Hyacinthia. My little hummingbird. Why? How? Why is it you who awakened me? I have never imagined this. I thought I would feel happy for all my ancestors when this day came, but now I can't even experience the joy of seeing you again.
Do you remember that you and Father took me to my very first sky ride when I was 8? Back then, you wanted me to pick one accessory out of 4. The sun crown representing nobility, the storm bracelet symbolizing strength, the ice ring embodying wisdom, and the radiant pendant signifying kindness. Grandmother, do you remember the one I chose?
You spoke an innocent little prayer, infusing a faint thread of light to that modest pendant.
Yes, and I remember how surprised you were. In all those centuries, no other child of the Sky People had ever made the same choice I did.
Hyacinthia, there was a time when I thought you were a timid child. You never had much interest in swords or battle and had no relation to that fiery determination and strength in our blood. Yet I've told myself, that's not a bad thing. If my hummingbird could live her life in kindness and optimism, then it'd be a good thing. I never thought the burden of retrieving the core flame of Aquila would fall to you.
Don't worry about me, Grandmother. I believe what makes someone a Skyfolk isn't just outstanding strength, but the capacity to shape the world. When the world cried out for a hero to challenge the gods 1,000 years ago, Zeliosi stepped forward and began the flame-chasing era. And now, as the flame-chase journey nears its end, this broken world is crying out for something else. Healing. Isn't it poetic? A saga that spans 1,000 years, began with Sky, and will also end with Sky.
You're still as optimistic as ever, just like when you were a kid. If your mind is set, Hyacinthia, then carry your resolve through to the very end. Return to the sky with my blessing, and watch over this world on the threshold of salvation.
Grandmother, thank you. But I have one last request.
Speak, Hyacinthia. We should still have some time.
Before you go, could you tell me the tale of the Sky Hero once more? Just like you used to.
Then listen closely, my dearest hummingbird. After all, this will be the last time. For millennia, the Titans waged relentless wars, leaving the world scarred and ravaged. A century of the Chrysos War plunged the nations into chaos and decay, until a spear, fueled by mortal rage, pierced through the smoke and flames that buried the prophecy of deliverance. Aquila, the celestial shaper,
Whoa.
the 100-eyed divine bird crowned with the blazing sun and wielding thunder.
Whoa, that's some art.
Those struck blind in 99 eyes by Nikador, they kept one eye glaring at the children of Twilight who received divine blessing, yet turned their weapons against the gods. The Chrysos heir of the sky, Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, ascended
the forbidden lands of the Eye of Twilight at dusk, clad in wings. To her left was the lion-headed Solibus the Sunlit Wings, whose roars breathed divine flames and scorched the world. To her right was the horse-bodied Lunibus the Moonlit Plume, whose graceful steps trampled the stars in the heavens. The one warrior and her two beasts challenged the ruler of the sky, determined to seize the divine core flame through plunder. The Titans' every roar summoned lightning bolts, and their every movement stirred cyclones.
I wonder if that's the moveset that it's gonna use when we're fight.
The wounded Titan's blood poured down like boiling rain upon the world and converged into scalding torrents. In the final moments of battle, the sunlit wings set the Titan's wings aflame, while the moonlit plume sealed the divine body. The battered hero of the sky, with her wings broken and her body covered in wounds, struggled to lift her spear and pierced the last monstrous eye. The Titan's divine body crashed to the ground, and with it, the sky tore apart like fabric, about to fall, with its god. The fear and pleas of mortals urged the hero of the sky to rise again. Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, the first of the Chrysos heirs to slay a god in this world, charged into the crumbling body of Aquila with her two fearless winged companions. She merged with the Titan, holding up the sky once more, only to leave behind a powerful message for the world.
So it's Celios themselves that we're gonna fight.
My descendants will be blessed and cross the Rainbow Bridge back to the sky. At the end of the prophecy of Genesis, they will reclaim the core flame from my hands.
Ooh. A few days later.
Today's the day.
Oh boy.
Wow, I didn't expect it to be so lively up here. Are these people here to send off the Chrysos heirs?
There's Finan. Let's go talk to him.
So I guess they got the blessings and off we go.
I know this is a big ask, Namazuni. I hope you understand.
Please don't say that, Lord Finan. It's an honor for us to be entrusted with this task.
Go then. Let's hope our concerns don't come true.
I hope you all return safely, my lord.
There you are, partner. You didn't oversleep this time, did you?
Pink Puppy woke me up.
You like calling me that, don't you?
I do.
Oh, well, I've embraced it now. It doesn't even faze me anymore.
Ready, comrade? If all goes according to plan, this could be the last battle where we fight at each other's side. If the curse separating Amphoreus from the world beyond the sky is truly Aquila's doing, then you'll be able to return home after their fall.
Are they on the ground? Feels like 10 years in the sky. Let's assume we can fix the car.
Sorry, I'm no help there.
Don't worry. Don Hung mentioned that Counselor Lygus can help you with that.
A day on the ground feels like 10 years in the sky.
Really? That's the first time I've heard that.
He just makes things up. Don't take it too seriously.
Facts. I'll miss you all, I guess.
You sound a little insincere there, buddy.
That was totally insincere, partner.
Aren't I supposed to be reincarnating as a Titan?
That would be a problem. We'll need to get you home before Aranova. Let's leave the emotional goodbyes for later. That'll give us some time to figure out what we should be feeling at that time. Besides, when we were playing the Seal Slammers,
Oh my gosh.
That bumping seal game, didn't you teach me something back then? Crack the champagne at halftime to watch victory slip
Why is
away.
it bringing up Seal Slammers? What if they've never played Seal Slammers? Well, it's 12th time now. We can totally open the champagne.
Well, then I have to use something else Don Hung taught me as comeback. The last mile is the hardest.
Hey, speaking of Dunhung, where is he?
He arrived before everyone else and climbed to the cliff top to wait for us. He's probably not keen on being the center of attention.
Lord Finan, please make sure you all come back safely.
Please defeat the indifferent Eye of Twilight and...
Thank you all for your blessings, but I'm not the main attraction today. Please don't hesitate to cheer for Miss Hyacinth when she arrives.
Miss Hyacinth, the chosen daughter of the sky, the pride of the Twilight Courtyard.
She's not just the pride of Akuma, but all of Amphoreus as well. And furthermore, while the Flame Chase journey is led by the Chrysos heirs, it's not just those chosen by Aglaya who contributed to it. Let's extend our gratitude to the 2 warriors of the Outlands who bravely stepped up and risked their lives for those they've never met.
Hero, your saga will be chronicled in epics and celebrated across the New World.
Warrior from the Outlands, endowed with the might of Orynyx, the vanguard of deliverance.
Quite the flatterer, aren't you?
After all this time, you should know when I'm just being polite and when I'm genuinely speaking from the heart. That praise was heartfelt, partner. Had I not trusted my instincts and put my faith in you and Don Hung, it's hard to imagine what might have become of The guest of honor has arrived.
And Dan Hung has said not a line. This whole time while we were in Amphoreus.
People of Akuma, I've been blessed by the ancestors of the Sky People. They have agreed to bestow the 1,000-year mission to me, and to have me claim the core flame of Aquila. Today is the year 4,932 of the Light Calendar. 1,062 years since the hero Seliosi initiated the Flame Chase journey.
I mean, they said 1,000 years, but I didn't expect it was like almost 1,100.
I, Hyacinthia of the Sky People, am prepared to lead the children of humanity back to the sky.
History doesn't breathe evenly. At times, it suspends its breath for millennia, as though time is frozen. At other times, it pants rapidly, as if poised to topple the world and our civilization in an instant. Its hurried gasps have sparked a tempest, sweeping all of us along. Hyacinth, as an observer, you've witnessed the return of 4 core flames. And now, it's your turn to fulfill your duty. Please, guide us into the heart of the storm as the executioner of this mission.
Oh, they're not gonna let me jump? Okay. That's funny.
Help the Chrysosairs triumph and bring light to this darkening world.
Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Prados? Ziggy? Ziggy, you're not gonna say anything? I guess he's not gonna say anything.
To be immortalized in song.
They'll surely seize the core flame of Sky and bring the flame chaser.
Thanks for waiting, Dunhung. The team tasked with conquering Aquila has finally assembled.
We've reshaped the history of the world with our hands over and over. I bet this trailblazing expedition could even make Akavili jealous. We'll go home as soon as the battle finishes.
So full of energy, comrades. Seems I chose the perfect day. Hyacinth, it's all yours now.
Legend tells of the Sky Folk once divided into many tribes. The Sun Folk worshipped the sun. The Rain Folk were devoted to storms. And the Winter Folk waited for signs in the snow. Our ancestors lived under Aquila's light. Yet they were blinded to all but one color. They forgot that the light that illuminates the world is made of countless different colors. That's why the rainbow is my favorite, for not only does it reflect the many colors, it is also a bridge. And I want to use the Rainbow Bridge to link everyone's hearts and give hope to every soul on Earth. Ancestors, with the rainbow as your guide, lead me back to the home of the Sky Folk. A land we have not seen for 1,000 years. Oh, Rainbow Bridge, please guide us to ascend to the skies once more. Friends, let us soar together.
New music?
Flying along the Rainbow Bridge is truly an amazing experience. The Eye of Twilight. It's the legendary sky fortress of Aquila. I never imagined that one day I'd be able to step foot on it.
My ancestors once built a magnificent civilization among the heavens. The Eye of Twilight, which we are standing on, is the home of Aquila and the heart of the city-state in the clouds. This must be where the hero Seliosi stood when she challenged Aquila and began the first step of the Flame Chase journey. We are here to end the journey she began.
Do you believe in legends?
Even legends are corroded by time, but that won't change what we must do.
According to historical records, the civilization that worshipped Aquila once mastered advanced technology, which made their strategically located Sky Castrum the only force that could face Castrum Kremnos head-on in the Chrysos War. But they were divided within. The frequent wars started by the Chrysos heirs drained their power, especially after the prophecy descended. In the end, they had to hide among the clouds, far from the conflicts raging below.
Apparently, the division was between the two most important sky tribes, the Sun Folk and the Rain Folk. And Seliosi's frustration towards the endless strife among her people made her turn her spear towards the Titan above.
Was her attack really that high? Where did she go in the end?
After driving the enraged Titan to the brink of defeat with her two-winged companions, they all vanished somewhere in the sky. Her courage was unparalleled. Yet she still could not end Aquila, nor bring back the core flame of Sky. Some say she sealed the wrath of the god within herself.
Oh boy, so it's probably her.
Within the Eye of Twilight to support the heavens of Amphoreus forever.
Yeah.
In other words, she became one with the Titan.
Yep.
I would have considered it a fairy tale, but after seeing what happened with Professor Anaxa, not anymore. Has that Titan and that fused hero been looking down on the world from here for 1,000 years?
It's
so quiet here.
Long. Maybe the Eye of Twilight has already turned into ruins.
Didn't think I could find that, did you?
Something's not right. I can kind of feel how big and empty this place is. But all I can see is darkness.
What's on the other side of this?
Maybe it's the celestial mural. The Sky City believes that mural to be connected to Amphoreus' sky. And any weather condition depicted on it will become actual weather. The mural would reflect Aquila's shifting mood, like clear skies, fog, snow, or thunderstorms. The Sky Priests would gather here during peaceful times and pray to the god for warm breezes and good harvests. To put it in words that Gray and Danny would understand, just think of it as a massive screen.
What's the appropriate resolution?
In any case, exploring in the dark is never a good option. If we could light up the mural, it might just provide us with the light needed to move forward. That really conspicuous device might be part of the ritual. Let's go take a look. It's dark, so watch your feet.
How about it? Got any leads?
I have no idea how to turn it on. If only we had help from the wisdom of those who came before us. That's it. I almost forgot. Gray, Memi, can I borrow your powers?
Leave it to me, the demigod of time.
Got it! We just need to find the scattered memory nearby, right? That's simple. Give me a little time. Feel the flow of time. Over there. And over there. Done! There haven't been many people for a while, so the traces of time are super obvious.
I knew you could do it, Memi. You are a huge help.
Arrogant son folk. The Titan will condemn your brazen disrespect. But Aquila, you that shape the sky, why do you avoid the pursuit of dark clouds? The Sunborn see your behavior as an act of favoritism towards them.
The yin and yang, night and day.
And weaponize this reason to oppress my people. The Rainfolk will not suffer in silence. May the Eye of Twilight never open.
Avoid the pursuit of dark clouds. Aquila doesn't like rainstorms. It seems a little hard to believe, but we should write this clue down first.
Foolish rainfolk. The great Aquila has already left a mark of their manifestation on the golden clouds. The god's choice is clear. Only we, the Sunborn, are the true heirs of the sky. May the Eye of Twilight never close.
Left a mark among the golden clouds. Is this referring to the celestial mural? But we can't see anything right now. It is, as the rumors said. The Sky Castrum was far from united.
My guess was right. This venue is indeed where celestial rituals were performed. Memi, can you retrieve even more memories?
No problem at all. Here goes. There we are.
Wind, snow, rain, shine. In the name of the sky's 100 eyes, I bring celestial phenomena upon the world. The turn of dawn and dusk. Commanding the celestial globe, awaken. Celestial mural.
Stop, foolish Cloudborn! How dare you tamper with the celestial globe and distort the weather?
The Titan bequeathed the celestial globe to our ancestors, so that we could divide the light and dark equally between. But the Sunborn have asserted control over the celestial mural.
Yeah, that's not saying they should have been
and now
like balanced.
the days are endless, subjecting the land to drought and burning.
The land? It is our eternal nemesis. How can storm clouds and rain, unloved by Aquila, lead the Sky Folk to victory in the Chrysos War? Your character is as weak as your faith.
So they basically were manipulating weather.
And weep
solitary
tears in the shadows.
Then let us show you what we are really made of.
You? What are you? What are you trying to do?
Fanatics whose minds have been muddled by the heat, by Aquila above. Meet your demise!
What a terrifying memory.
The brutal internal strife is sad to see. It appears the Sky Cities didn't fall to external threats after all.
The proud Sun Folk saw themselves as divinely chosen, exacting long-standing oppression on other tribes. And the Rain Folk suffering beneath them began resenting the divine and plotted their retaliation.
People are truly ignorant. Not surprising when living in a world with literal gods that you can see.
No matter the era, conflict among humans is destined to persist. Having witnessed the actions of Kindness and the Cleaners, it isn't so hard to understand this piece of history.
I'm curious which side won?
There's nothing but empty silence here. I fear there were no winners.
The hero Seliosi. How did she view the ancient feud between the Sun Folk and Rain Folk? The legends focus on her god-slaying expedition, but are hazy on the fall of the Sky Denizens. Perhaps I can piece together the true face of history here.
One step at a time. Do you remember the verse that Rain Folk sang, Hyacinth? Perhaps that's the key to unlocking the celestial mural.
Yes, I already memorized it. Now, shall we try to wake it up? Wind, snow, rain, shine. In the name of the sky's 100 eyes, I bring celestial phenomena upon the world. The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe. Awaken, celestial mural!
Golden clouds, blazing radiance. What a breathtaking scene.
Look, the mark of their manifestation mentioned by the memory fragment.
How chilling. I wonder if Aquila is also watching us. I remember the Rain Folk mentioned the Titan dislikes overcast days. We might be able to use this to our advantage and change how the mark is behaving by changing the weather on the mural.
Wouldn't this affect Akuma?
Don't worry. The mural probably lost its original function ages ago. Akuma's light comes from the Dawn device shouldered by Carefully anyway. That being said, there's no power in this device anymore. We have to find another celestial globe if we want to change the weather on the mural. There! That circular device. I'm quite familiar with it. That's a west wind compass of the Twilight Courtyard. We can use it to create a miniature rainbow bridge to walk on. Who knows? It might even lead us to other areas of the Eye of Twilight. Technology passed down from the Golden Age is finally proving useful. Let's go. Leave the adjustments and calibrations to me.
That huge golden pool down there?
Boiling pool of gold. Said to be the energy source that powers the Eye of Twilight's divinity. You should watch your step as you walk. The mechanical structure is a bit different from the one used in the Twilight Courtyard. How should I put this? It's a little more complicated.
Can you handle it, Hyacinth?
This might take a while, but I think I can manage.
Okay, finish the point direction of the arrow compass. Got it.
Deep breaths and find the way out. I think this should be right. Look, the rainbow bridge has appeared.
Well done. Now we can cross. Hey, careful!
That's... Is that a memory?
Is that a winged Pegasus?
Lilika!
Looks like a mythical beast. But this one doesn't seem hostile towards it. Tyson! Could it be the legendary?
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh,
We might
Lunabis.
be able to tell if we get closer.
Horse.
We can't assume it's friendly. Keep your guard up and follow it.
Legend has it that the hero Celiosi was always flanked by two winged companions. Solibus and Lunabis. They were her steeds and comrades. If they are still alive, they might help us confront Aquila.
That's such a cool idea to use that as the rhythm of the song.
Disappeared.
The beat.
An illusion? Or the memory?
I like when people do that. Make things interesting.
How strange. That Pegasus was different from the other memories. It was surrounded in an air of sorrow. Oh, it's so heavy that it's hard to breathe.
Was that Lunabis's phantom?
Yeah, see, that's what I thought
Did
too.
it appear here because it has unfinished business?
If that's really the case, there must be a super strong obsession keeping it in one piece. Could it be some remaining bits of Celiosi's will?
We can't be sure of that yet. Let's take the elevator up to the Eye of Twilight's core first. Lady Lunabis? Is that you? Can you hear me? permission. Another one?
Careful! It's not a memory phantom! It looks like it's alive, but it's so twisted and very shadowy, like those black tide creatures.
Hyacinth, watch out!
So, you're Lady Lunabis, aren't you? Then that corrupted being before us must be Lord Solibus. Did you lead us here so we can free your companion? I understand now. You must have been tormented by pain for so long. But you didn't give up. And you've held on to what little is left of your will with such tenacity. Don't be afraid.
This is really scary.
You're not alone anymore. I am Hyacinthia, the healer who inherited the hero's bloodline. Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, was once your comrade, wasn't she? Lord Solibus, your body has been completely corroded by the black tide. But I can still heal your tenacious soul. Just like Lady Lunabis, even if you've lost your mortal body, your spirit remains pure. Please, keep holding on to what's left of your will, and I will reawaken you as a heroic soul.
I don't know how much it
Must have
understood.
understood me. It's a creature of wisdom and tenacity, despite being mired in the agony of the black tide.
Solibus, the sunlit wings that once accompanied the hero. If this battle can remind you of your great deeds from back then, it would be my honor. Come on, heroes!
Lord Solibus, please break free from the control of the black tide and return to your senses.
They need some sunshine. Thank you. My throat is feeling much better.
May this faint light dispel the gloom, restore clear skies once more.
Hold together. Resonate once more.
A little time for resolution. Is that fear I sense? Ha!
I'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me. This mortal form will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Countless threads, thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Have some sunshine.
Thank you, friend.
May this faint dispel the gloom, restore the skies.
I've heard the call. Tormented doubt, farewell.
It's over.
Solibus.
Hold your horses, you're actually speaking. Hello, Sister Pegasus. Hold your horses is funnier.
No need to be surprised. After all, this is a world where even a pink puppy can speak.
Hey, you said pink puppy.
Oh, I can't believe I'm calling myself that now too.
It's inevitable.
Solibus, you're finally awake.
My consciousness has been lost for far too long. Finally, I have been released from the Black Tide's cage. Little girl, are Are you Celiosi's descendant?
It is me, Lord Solibus. My name is Hyacinthia, and my companions call me Hyacinth.
Hyacinthia, you don't have the scent of her on you.
It's been 1,000 years. Celiosi's blood may have thinned in my veins, but the resolve of the Sky People has never been eroded by time. I've journeyed here to fulfill her dying wish.
How much do you know about her dying wish?
I know that in order to support the Shattered Sky, she merged herself with the divine body of the Titan. And I also know that she left behind a message, calling on future generations to one day ascend to the heavens again and reclaim the core flame of Aquila.
Has the legend changed so much since
Oh, I knew it changed, but...
You said you're a doctor. You only know how to heal and tend to wounds. With such a weak lot in life, how do you plan to challenge the embodiment?
Why does everybody think being a healer makes you weak? You have to have stronger resolve than somebody just punches and hits things.
Long sword, heroic soul.
And my bat and his spear and their pink glove?
As you can see, we're all Hyacinthia's companions and comrades. You've already witnessed our combined strength.
It's not bad, but still lacking compared to her.
Solibus, let go of your ego and accept their kindness. You've been trapped in time by the Black Tide, while great change has spread over the world. If I'm not mistaken, the god of war Nikador also fell to the hands of these warriors.
We've laid all the other titans to rest, one by one. Now the final target for the flame chase is the master of this sky fortress. Please guide us to an audience with Aquila. Heroic souls. Celiosi
I can't wait. There's
initiated
been such
the
a
era
build
of
up. I
slaying
can't
gods
wait to
and attaining their flames.
see how this turns out.
Even if she could not witness the end of this era, you will all at least bear witness on her behalf.
Confidence and fierceness. Yes, I do indeed see a shadow of her in you.
Ah, eyeball.
Aquila's mark flew away?
Is that an action from the Titan?
Maybe they detected our awakening.
Well, perhaps our presence stirred memories of the fierce battle from 1,000 years ago.
We learned from past memories that the Sky Titan fears dark clouds. Would you know more about this topic?
What the memo sprite said is true. But you all still need a guide.
Follow me, Hyacinthia and fellow warriors. Let the hunt for the gods start again.
Is Lady
Hey.
Lunabis not going with us?
I will be waiting for you all at the next destination, Hyacinth.
A day of peaceful repose.
Finally formed!
There should be in here here we go.
A 1,000 years have passed, and yet this place feels the same. Just
that eyeball.
There is no more human clamor. This is the Hall of the Sun Folk, where the Sunborn once held grand ceremonies to give thanks for Aquila's gifts.
So, did the Sky Titan really take the side of the Sunfolk?
Everyone thought so until Celiosi's spear pierced through Aquila's wrath. Only then did we understand that Aquila wasn't hiding from the clouds and rain, but from the horror that lurked within the unlit shadows.
The Black Tide.
The Black Tide's threat has forced the Chrysos heirs to complete our flame-chased journey, heading toward the prophecy's miracle of Genesis.
Chrysos heirs. In our time, that title used to stir up waves of outrage. But you all seem to be revered as heroes.
It's all thanks to those who came before us. Trebios and Aglaya. You must have heard of these two names.
So it was those two who made it to the end.
What does that mean?
Let's not elaborate on
Oh
unrelated
boy.
topics. You now know how to activate the celestial globe.
Jeez.
So go and force out the Titan in the mural.
The road got sucked away by the wind fan? Did Aquila do that?
You have nothing to fear. We can use the power of time to rewind it if we have to.
March is only in screenshots.
It looks like this device can amplify the power of Orynyx's prayer. Why don't you try to change the wind's direction with this thing, partner? Now the prayer should rewind for even longer. Let's try to control the wind's direction with this thing, partner.
The celestial globe is right ahead. Let's go and force Aquila to come out.
The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe, change celestial mural. The celestial shift didn't work?
Perhaps the device has been damaged during these long, merciless years. Do you see those two giant circuits on the other side of the hall? Maybe we should try fixing them.
These circuits all seem to be corroded by the Black Tide. Here's hoping those two prophecy tablets can help us out.
Give it some sunshine and the color will get even prettier.
Let's see.
Smooth sailing so far. We've got one more circuit to fix. Let's keep going and find the tablet on the other side.
That's right, but also wrong.
Didn't think I could find that, did you?
Hopefully, this is enough to fix the celestial globe.
I think it's the center, and then it's like...
All that steady. Didn't think I could find that, did you? Give it some sunshine and the color will get even prettier. The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe. Change, celestial mural.
And the mark has disappeared again?
Looks like they're still avoiding us. I wonder if it's cowardice, or if they have something up their sleeve.
I fear the Aquila of present has long lost their sanity, but instinct still drives them to flee from the shadows, to evade the Black Tide's encroachment.
Is Aquila really that cautious? Does the hero's consciousness still remain?
I have no knowledge of Celiosi's situation, but I am certain that the will behind that mark is not hers. She would not abscond like a disgraceful deserter, willingly exiled by the pursuit of dark clouds. It is time to leave this place. Lunibus awaits you at the next stop.
A moment, please, Lord Solibus. I have one more thing I wish to do.
What is it, girl?
To honor the pact with Celiosi. Her descendants spent a millennium looking up at the sky. I believe my countless ancestors who lived for that purpose deserve to know the truth behind her legend. If you don't mind us knocking on the gates of the past, maybe I can peek into this place's history.
You are the ones who hold Orynyx's miracle. I have no authority to prevent you from delving into the past.
Memi, Gray, could I please ask you for this favor? I want to show the truth to my ancestors waiting on the other side. If there are falsehoods in the legends, then there must be a reason for its embellishment. The scene here and the previous memories gave me a bad feeling. What else did the Skyfolk encounter after Celiosi challenged the god? I must figure out the truth behind the legend, even if it's for my ancestors' sake.
Hyacinth, you're such a good child. Don't worry, I'm here. The memories surging here are even more intense than at the entrance. I'll gather them up now and mold them. All done.
Thank you, Memi. Everyone, please witness history with me.
Daughter of Dusk, have you finally gone mad?
I know it!
Ooh.
The child with the blood of two feuding clans will one day destroy the Sky Castro.
Of course, it's like a child of both
Really
tribes,
point
right?
the tip of your spear at our god. Stay your hand. Your recklessness will only bring divine retribution.
The Sun Folk are facing off against Celios? Listen to this part of history?
Divine retribution? Those innocent children of the Earth were sentenced to total annihilation by the god above. Well, they had nothing more than mere curiosity for things that lie beyond the sky.
Ah, so they wanted to know
at yourselves.
about what's beyond the sky.
You call yourselves the Sunborn, yet you're unable to bear the blinding sunlight. You even consider sunburns and blisters as a gift from the gods. You declare yourselves the chosen ones, champions favored by Aquila. Yet you dare not even declare war upon the true threat of this world. Instead, you raise your swords and rattle them at your weaker brethren. You are all beyond saving. My father was also a disciple of the sun, but he taught me resilience and justice and guided me towards the light. He taught me wherever there is light, there is hope. Wretched people, I see no hope left in any of you.
Youch.
Even a shadow has more dignity than you lot.
Youch.
Even so, Daughter of Dusk, even so, you should not shatter our faith.
Not just our faith. Aquila forged the sky. Nay, they are the sky itself. If they fall, what will this world turn into?
A prophecy echoes from the horizon's edge. It heralds the advent of a new age. One not ruled by the Titans, but created by mortal heroes. I choose to believe in that prophecy. I must believe in any sign that promises to break the chains imposed on us by the old era. Any sign that will lead us to a new chapter of the world. If you wish to stop me from slaying the god, you'd better muster your courage and draw your bows. Let's see if I will be pierced by a hail of arrows first, or if you will be burned to ash by Solobis!
How can we even fight you? You're the powerful Day Thunder Knight, a warrior goddess capable of trampling all lands.
I am not a god, but the only mortal in this cage who is brave enough to defy the Warden. See, you are all truly weak beyond measure. The hunting ground beckons. Come, Solobis!
The hero Celiosi, disillusioned by the Sunfolk's deeds,
Wow.
decided to sever the source of it all. The god they so blindly placed their faith in.
She was brimming with compassion at that time. Her words were bursting with anger, but her heart had nothing but mercy for the children of humanity.
At that time,
We should get going, Hyacinthia. Lunibus is waiting for you all. Aquila has fled to the other end of the fortress. Let's chase after them. Lunibus will lead the way.
Lady Lunibus, we're here.
Aquila. Even though they have been corrupted by the Black Tide, they still maintain a connection with their kin in this fortress.
They're behind us as well. Maintain formation and don't get surrounded.
You think to hinder us, imprisoned Titan? Then we will make you understand that resistance is futile.
Guide with a rainbow bridge. We do need some sunshine.
Thank you, friend.
May this faint light dispel the gloom. Restore clear skies once more.
Countless threads, thus our fates become one.
This mortal form will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Right. Stars echo.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
before me.
The future is great, so make it wait.
The mark of manifestation. It led to the other side of the mural.
Don't stop. Follow it to the Titan. Even if plunged into madness, Aquila is still the Sky Titan. We mustn't let our guard down.
Heroes, over here. Let's keep going. And aim for the next west wind compass.
A day of peaceful repose.
Final leap forward.
This is from before? Yeah, this is the main chamber, right? Okay, so treasure icons en route. Obtain them by traveling through your corresponding positions in the location. Okay, so... Oh no, that's right. Because that goes around. I think that's right.
Look, the Rainbow Bridge is leading us to our next destination. Let's hurry on. Follow Lady Lunibus.
Miss Heisen, how are you so certain that you could free Solidus from suffering?
My apologies, Lady Lunibus. I was not all that certain. But if even the healer loses hope, then how will the patients repossess their hope for life?
Ah, what a kind answer.
Did you? The show begins.
The Titan can appear to have been corrupted by the Black Tide.
Tide is a calamity from beyond the sky. If that's true, the sky's defenses would naturally be the first to be breached.
These murals seem to depict more than just a Sky Titan, so we stop for a look. Ah, okay. I get it. Carefully. Oh, that's the when they pierce the eye. Akula's eye. The chalice shattered, I guess, and the hammer. Molten blood, maybe.
Now, I shall lead you into the Rain Folks Hall.
Legend has it Celiosi's father was a Sun Folk warrior who spent his years fighting and rarely returned to the Eye of Twilight. Her childhood was mostly spent beside her mother, a Rainfolk priest.
Correct. That was true. It was also during her formative years that the conflict between the two tribes began intensifying. The Rainfolk feared the other half of Celiosi's bloodline, and never truly saw her as one of their own.
What a terrible childhood, growing up in such an environment.
Yet she bore no hatred for her people, and still grew into a passionate young lady, until people discovered golden blood ran through her veins.
Ah.
That was the final straw that turned disdain into terror.
What? But the epic said Seliosi left to live in solitude, so she could train her spirit and hone her martial skills.
Ah, she was shunned.
I never would have imagined that she was cast out of her tribe for her lineage and her golden blood.
Even so, she did not despair. She met Solibus and me while she was living alone. We hunted, spent our days together, and forged an alliance. I think that oath, stronger than fate itself, kept Solibus and me here to watch over this abandoned fortress.
Despite experiencing betrayal and exile at the hands of her own people, she was still willing to set out on the path to slay the gods for them. Was Seliosi's love for humanity truly so boundless and unconditional?
Dude!
Little Ika, why did you run out on your own?
This little one.
You're saying you smell a familiar scent on Lady Lunibus?
They look completely different. But little Ika should also be a winged beast, right? Could it be?
Truly, a miracle of fate. Perhaps we did leave something behind for this world. Seliosi.
Lady Lunibus? Is little Ika your...
Please press on, flame-chasing heroes. I can sense it. The radiance of Aquila shines ever brighter.
Yeah, baby! A little chunk.
Where did the Sky Folk go after Seliosi challenged the god?
Just like the countless tribes throughout history, they were drowned in the dark clouds of time.
Let the show begin.
Aquila. They are indeed here.
The celestial globe is right ahead. But there are black tide creatures guarding it.
Looks like we can't skip this fight. Let's go get them. It's another one of those devices that can enhance prayers. Can I leave that to you, partner?
Titan Kingdom was created by the Black Tide. It seems stronger than before.
Before it was consumed by madness, it must have also faithfully served the Titan, don't you think? No healer can heal all, especially faced with souls that are trapped deeply in the clutches of pain. Granting it a dignified end may be the most compassionate act of all. They're lost.
Everyone's been waiting for us.
I can't thank you enough.
May this faint light dispel the gloom, restore clear skies. Once more.
My throat is feeling much better. Harmony and unison.
Catadons?
I'll overcome the serenity is before me. This mortal will watch over you and guide you on your path.
How
countless.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. Have some sunshine!
Rest now, Titankin.
This celestial globe looks complete, but it still won't start. Is there something wrong internally?
Maybe it's not damaged, but is missing an energy source? Look there, those massive objects that look like hard drives?
Hard drives?
Sorry, let me rephrase. Do you see those two structures that are glowing on blue on both sides? Some of them are protruding out, not fully inserted into the slots. My intuition tells me that has something to do with the energy source of the celestial globe.
Your intuition has always been good.
Let's look around and see if there are any mechanisms.
That didn't take much effort. The hand of Zagreus always appears when it's most needed.
Lady Lunibus, if it's not too much trouble, please wait for a little longer.
It's you all who have to do the work. I've wandered around here for 1,000 years, so this brief moment hardly qualifies as waiting. Furthermore, I would like to have a moment alone with this little one.
So we can do. Let's see.
Partner, where are you going? There might still be rampaging Titankin outside.
Your parents and their parents, have they always been by the Skyfolk's side? That is quite comforting.
Maybe the hands of Zagreus can help us put the hard drive back where it's meant to be.
Sunshine and the color will get even prettier.
I'd be below on the bottom.
All that studying at the Grove didn't go to waste. That's certainly pretty crude and simple. Should we go look for the next one? All good. Let's keep going.
There's 5, right? There should be more. Okay, there's one. 3.
As expected, Bree is getting more and more skilled at handling the hand of Zagreus. Let's go. We should return and check on the celestial globe.
No, we have to find the other ones. I mean, I guess I don't have to look for them, but
The turn of dawn and dusk, commanding the celestial globe. Blot out the blazing sun, celestial mural.
Aquila has left.
We've already changed 2 scenes on the mural. Where else can they go?
In the direction that the denizens of the sky have prayed to their whole lives. Upward.
will they fly beyond the clouds to heights that are beyond our reach? As far as we know, it's Aquila that first placed a curse on this world, preventing Amphoreans from ever reaching the realm beyond the sky.
A curse that fell from the sky. I can't verify the truth of this claim. When Seliosi fought Aquila, the Titan's incarnation did ascend into the skies, but they never attempted to break through the sky's veil to escape our pursuit.
It could be that they didn't want to win unfairly. Could it be the key that they were... Could it be that they too were unable to break through the heavens? It's not impossible. Perhaps the interpretation of the myth is inaccurate. It might be someone else who seeks to prevent Amphoreans from reaching the world beyond the sky.
Regardless, we can only know the truth after we've defeated them. Before we press on. Partner, ma'am, let's unveil the history for Hyacinth. The true story behind the legend is yet to be fully revealed.
Okay, leave it to me. Flowing, gathering, recollection.